Hello again, and welcome to episode 4 of my Verdalia Park series. In this episode, I'll be continuing what I left off building on episode 3, which is the Fireflight coaster. In the last episode, I worked on the layout of the whole ride, its queue, and so on. In this episode, I'll be working on the theming of the ride, its exit gift shop, its transfer track storage room, and I'll also be adding lights to the entire park for visibility at night. I hope you enjoyed this one. Now let's begin. I first start off by adding rocks and foliage around the station. And now I add trees and foliage around the actual roller coaster. Here I'm adding a cool fence to not let anyone fall out of the station, I guess. Adding scenery to the actual trains is one of Planet Coaster 2's main features, so I decided to utilize it and decorate the trains as cool fireflies. Here I'm creating a logo with the Planet Coaster text. Now I move on to the wings, which I make using really small coaster supports, similar to how I did with the vines on the archway in the last episode. I make sure to give the Firefly some eyes and antennas, using the same method with the small coaster supports. I make the abdomen using some of the art shapes that they have, and this is what actually will produce light for the coaster as it goes by. Here I add some extra lights for cool design, and I use the mirror tool and duplicate car tool, I forgot what it's called, to get all the lights in the same spot on all the cars. I also had a cool idea to use these lights, which kind of look like pupils for the thing, but they also produce light, so it's kind of cool. It's like headlights for the cars as they ride. I figured out it was not bright enough, so I just kind of spammed these spotlights on the back. Now I start off on the gift shop of the ride, which is also like the exit right as soon as you exit the ride. Finally, after all this time, I utilize the fence barrier to make people not walk through walls. I ended up replacing the sign for Fireflight onto the actual building instead of the entrance, and I changed the entrance sign just to entrance. Here I add signs to describe each side of the queue, and I decided to name my Flash Pass or whatever, Fast Pass, the Dash Pass. I just felt like it matched the park. Back to building the exit gift shop. I decided to add a fountain in the middle just to add some design to its plaza. Now back to the exit shop again. I got distracted again, but whatever. And make sure to add benches all around this plaza for the people who might not want to ride, for the belonging carriers. I decided to name the shop Glow Gifts because I feel like it kind of matches the Fireflight vibe, and I want to sell like luminescent kind of stuff in the shop, so you'll see. In the shop, right after you exit the ride, I decided to add a ride photos area where you could purchase the photos taken. Now I add an actual shop where people can buy stuff from Glow Gifts. I stole some shelves from the other shop to help make this one. I used these coaster support connectors to create the transfer track area, which I decided to put on the launch, as I mentioned in the last video, because there is no space for it anywhere else. So I think it ended up looking really good. So Just wait and see. Now I start building the actual transfer track storage room building. I use these same fences from the station to add some realism to the exit. I made sure to stack the fences, that way it wouldn't be too short and they could climb over. I used the same little wing design that I used in the entrance archway onto the actual sign for the ride. Now I do the same process of building the fences for the queue for the exit. Don't mind me when I just scatter around looking at things. It helps me see the future vision, I feel like. I elevate the fence again because I don't want anyone accidentally climbing over, getting hurt, because it really is close to the exit here. Now that I've already made the ride photo booth, or photo buying station, I actually add a photo taking camera, which I just use an AC unit to look like a camera, and I put a light under that to sequence it and make it look like a flash when it's taking the photo. I do that sequence by putting like 4 or 5 little separate triggers, and I trigger the light on each trigger for like 0.1 seconds, and at the end it actually looks like it's taking a photo. I'm gonna show y'all how it looks right now. Pretty convincing, I feel like. I don't know. I like the way it looks. Now I start building the fences in the ride station. I used the Planet Coaster Moss decals to add some kind of almost abandonedness to the ride. I don't know, I like how it goes with the rocky vibe. I think it looks nice. And here I just used normal vines to decorate the walls of the queue fences. Same strategy here. I kind of just want it to look almost abandoned-y, and I feel like it adds a lot to the building, so I use the moss decals again. And some plaster ripped off decals. I don't know what to call them. And now I start building a little bee animatronic at the start to get them hyped, I guess. Now I go back to the framing of the roof because I was too lazy to do it, and I just decided to. Now here I get started on building loose article cabinets for people to store their stuff on. I decided to number the rows using the text only sign. I thought it just looked cool, and I see it everywhere, so I decided to put it. And now, I think I mentioned this will be an important part of the ride in the last video, but yeah, it's gonna be a cave that the people go through when they ride. And I kind of wanted it to build it because people don't really see the light of the Firefly in the day, so I wanted a part of the ride where it's just dark and you can finally see it glow. So I think this was a good way to do it. Make sure to add a bunch of foliage in and around the cave to make it look as natural as possible. If you didn't notice already, I left a hole in the cave for the people to look at in the queue. That way they could see him pass by. And I thought that was such a cool idea. Cause like, look at that. Boom. You could see him pass by from the queue. And I always like seeing that in real life, so I decided to incorporate it into my park. I got this random idea to like put water, but then I kind of just scrapped it because I feel like fireflies don't match like water. I don't know. I completely forgot about parks needing lights at night. For some reason, I just kept building during the day. I forgot night existed. So yeah, now I'll be building the lights for the car park and literally everything. When I went to Disney, I noticed they had like lights on the ground that lit up the trees above, so I kind of just used that idea to make it feel more alive at night, because it felt like real dark, so I wanted some trees to be visible. And now finally I light up the entrance of the park. I use these little wall lights that I think look pretty cool to pretty much light up this whole little entrance area. I use these lampposts, and they have a really large radius of light, so it pretty much lit up the entire entrance plaza. So these were really good lights to use. Also found these cool little cube lights that they don't have like that big of a radius, but they provide a cool atmosphere, I feel like. And I also use these little lamps to light up buildings. I feel like both of these cube lights and these lamps created a really nice ambience at night, and I thought it looked really cool, so I'm proud of it. I lit up this fountain to kind of make it look a bit more glowy, to follow the, Firefly glowy vibe. And I thought it looked pretty cool because it has like this aqua-ish color. It looks like mystical. I use these cool little hanging light bulbs to add to the queue, that way people can see in the queue at night, because that's a necessity. And I think they really matched the vibe too. Same thing with these nice little flower lights that I found. I used them to light up the queue, and I think it added a really cool atmosphere. And also during the day they look cool as well, because they're flowers and they fit really well. I used the same lamppost from earlier to light up the station too. Now I add these long strips of light to light up the station. Now I make sure to go back and light the old buildings as well. Now I add lights to the cafeteria, and my goal was to make it look as vibey as possible, so. I use these bulb lights again because they're such a vibe. I don't know, I love them, they look great. Use these big overhead lights to make the pillars visible because I feel like they're a big part of the architecture of the building. Now I make my way to the guest services building and I light it up. I use these same wall lights from earlier to light up the bus drop-off and the normal guest drop-off. I use these big lights to light up the framing of the roof of these pickup areas, and it might be cheating, I don't know, but I feel like it makes it look good. I use the same method for the bus drop-off area too. And now I light up the bus parking area. I changed the cube lights in front of the ride to lampposts because I didn't want it like messing with the vibe of the ride. Now that everything's done, I finally let the first people into the ride. And here are their reactions. Those people in the front were kind of like scaredy cats, but everyone else was having a great time. I realized people were getting stuck here because I didn't make enough space, so I just spaced out the fence barriers and they ended up passing through fine. I also flipped the shop around because the line was kind of blocking the entrance and it was annoying. Also, the dash pass line got full insanely fast, so I raised up the price of the priority pass to $15. And that wraps up episode 4 of the Verdalia Park series. Thank you all so much for the support you've given me in this series so far. I appreciate all the really nice comments from you all, and I also just hit 400 subscribers. This means so much to me. Thank you again. I really hope you enjoyed this video and liked how Fireflight turned out. I also made sure to upload the park onto the Frontier Workshop as y'all have been asking for that. The code is in the description if you need it. Thank you so much again for everything. Now here are some cinematics. Now here is the final nighttime POV of the complete ride. See y'all in episode 5.